All right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a literary tasting. My name is Annie.
My name is Jessica.
And on this podcast, every week we read a book and we have a drink to pair with our book and talk about the ins, the outs, everything we loved, everything we hated. However, today our drink of choice is water.
It's water.
Yeah. We decided to do alcoholism yesterday. Mm-hmm. Therefore, we cannot have any more alcohol this weekend. Like, we just cannot do it.
No. I mean, I'm probably going to have some wine later.
Probably, me too. Realistically speaking, yeah, maybe
but
later.
But for now...
Right now, I truly need to take a break.
It is ice cold water. It's There's like 7 pounds of ice in this.
Yeah. Woke up with a pounding headache.
Did you really?
I really did.
Oh,
I know.
How many drinks did you have?
Not that many. Yeah. I don't know what was going on.
Because you had 0 at the club,
I
right?
was having a lot of other things too all day long.
Oh.
So.
I guess. And I did eat.
Yeah.
I ate and I went to the gym right before, so I drank an entire thing of water before we left too.
Yeah. We set ourselves up to not be able to drink today. So we're having water, and that might be for the best because this book had me down sad as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Really, you need to stay hydrated because of all the liquids coming out of your body.
Yeah, it's
from various
Out.
places.
Yep. We read
Gushing.
Wildfire.
Ew.
We read Wildfire by Miss Hannah Grace. Okay, you know.
I really liked this one. So this is going to be a much more positive episode.
I want to say that, like, Miss Girl can take a note. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's really self-aware. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed this book. Like, really, truly enjoyed it. But it did leave me down sad as all days.
Yeah, I got ghosted by a blonde man this week, so I don't know. I'm quite literally on the edge of the fucking cliffside right now, screaming, give me a reason. Like, I'm about to fucking end it all.
No, same.
I see no other option. I need a blonde man.
Yeah.
Like now.
We have adjoining cliffsides because I'm like around my 1 year since my breakup.
Okay.
From my ex. Which is another reason why this book was hitting me in the wrong places. Not because I want him back at all.
I was going to say, that was a blessing, Tina.
Yeah,
You're going to be fine.
Mary, promise you it wasn't because I want him back, because I really don't. But mostly because I was like, damn, I want a new man.
I have wanted a new man for several years. I have taken baths with crystals in them. I have manifested. I have committed love spells.
I was eating grapes under the table at New Year's.
Yeah, and nothing seems to be working, so if you are a blonde man, please hit my line. If I don't answer, please leave a voicemail. Hit my fucking line.
Her DMs are open.
My DMs are not even open. I'm DMing every blonde man I see. And just hoping that...
Okay, so if that tells you how we feel about this book, then...
Did that answer your question?
If that answers your question, this is how we felt. But we're going to get into it. Before we do that, trigger warnings, as always. I put down, like, parental neglect, gambling and addiction, familial trauma, and sexual content, of course, because this is a Hannah Grace book. Yeah, it wasn't anything too, like, egregious in this.
Yeah. She really, no eating disorder talk in this one, which is for the best.
Thank you so much.
It's for the best, babe.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we can just jump right into doing our fan cast.
Okay.
So our 2 main characters are going to be Aurora, or Rory for short. She is our female main character. She's described as blonde, tall.
Skinny.
Granted, I kind of imagine her with some curves.
I imagine her with some curves, but make no mistake about it, that waist is microscopic. Yeah. Like, Hannah Grace does not write a fat character. Although, allegedly, people think the next book is going to be about a plus-size female main character. So, feel free to redeem herself, but for now, it's giving microscopic.
She's an ant with a donk.
Yeah.
She's an ant with a donk. She's an ant carrying a load.
She's a fucking Cadillac.
Yeah. What was your pick here?
Oh, mine was obviously Sabrina Carpenter.
Mine was too!
I mean, that's so not shocking. Sabrina Carpenter's
Really?
everywhere right now, and she's blonde. So.
I felt so connected to you in that moment. Okay.
You been listening to Espresso a lot lately?
Yeah.
Me too. I love thinking about her.
Me too. To be honest, like, I love thinking about her too. And you know what? A lot of the times on my commute, like when I was reading the book, I was listening to Me Espresso. So it just like was colliding in such a
That's
good
what we
way.
should have drank a Me Espresso today.
We're idiots! We're so stupid. God. We should have
Anyways.
discussed this beforehand. We're so dumb. Anyway. And then our male main character, Russ.
Tall and blonde.
Tall and blonde.
Don't bring that up.
You might remember him from Icebreaker. He was the
The one who got the rink melted.
Yeah, he was the guy who got the rink melted, the one that Stassi called Muffin. He was kind of in and out. Wasn't really there that much. Had no particular feelings about him. I don't even remember how I casted him in the last one.
I think we barely touched on him.
Yeah. I will say that now I feel feral for him.
Who are you picturing?
I wasn't picturing anyone because I can't imagine a man this amazing.
That's a fair one. I felt that way about Nate. I was like, there's like the way she's describes him as like bonkers hot.
Yeah.
I would say
bonkers.
Chase Crawford in his heyday would be a good pick for this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
You ate that up.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. He's so gorgeous.
Oh my god, really good casting. Yeah, like perfect. So that's an amazing casting. Now we have some other kind of side characters. I feel like the only ones that really mattered, kind of, were Rory's best friend, Amelia. And then Russ's camp roommate, Xander.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
You would fuck Xander too?
I would fuck Xander so bad.
I would fuck Xander bad too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy we're on the same page because I would really fuck Xander bad.
Yeah. I just farted.
It's okay,
Me,
girl.
dude.
Don't be mad.
I'm mad.
Don't be mad at yourself. It happens.
Farting. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna pick the person that I picked. If you guys were familiar with a movie called LOL, it came out in 2012 and it was a crazy life-changing movie for me. And for my pick, I pictured Wen, aka the guy with glasses and super curly hair.
You're not fucking serious. This is the guy from fucking Step Up 2, The Streets. Moose.
Was he on Step Up 2?
I mean, get down. He's a really, 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 really good dancer. Like, really talented. But what the fuck?
I talk about Nicholas Galitzine every episode, and you talk about Step Up 2,
The Streets.
The Streets, yeah.
It was formative, okay?
And this movie was formative for me.
Fair enough. I can't. You know what? You got me there. Got me there. Wild pick. I pictured Drew Starkey.
I'm gonna kill you, dude. Enough!
No, it's never enough. I love him. He's fine. He's funny. I want to fuck Xander so bad that, like, it just seemed to fit right. It locked into place.
So it appears
easily.
we don't know what Xander looks like.
It appears, because I don't
Neither one of us.
We have no clue. Because what is the description of him? I don't know. I'm not going to go back and find out.
He was definitely wearing glasses, I feel.
Really?
I don't know, I mean, I picture
I
that.
could put Drew Starkey in some glasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
But
But that's all I don't think we really need to cast anyone else.
Yeah.
Per se.
no, I don't think
Oh,
so.
we didn't talk about Amelia. Who do we cast as Amelia?
Oh, I was surely just picturing a white woman.
Okay, I pictured a white woman as well. I pictured this white woman from the show Atypical on Netflix. Her name is Bridget Lundy Payne.
You know what I'm realizing about us? We
watch
don't know a lot of
Netflix.
people.
We watch a lot of Netflix.
Because every episode, it's Nicholas Galitzine, Drew Starkey, somebody from Step Up.
Hey, no one told us, like, we're casting with what we know and what we like.
Okay.
Right? This is my
No one
imagination.
told us.
This is
Our
my
podcast.
This is my imagination. I can picture whoever the fuck I want.
Okay.
Um,
Fair enough. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Right?
Yeah, I was picturing her with, like, redder hair, but, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, Bridget Lundy Payne. She played a queer woman, like a bisexual woman, I believe, on this show. So I kind of, because Amelia was gay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of like fit in the character for me, kind of like matched up. And she's a great actress, and she's really cute. So, yeah, moving right along, we're gonna get into our story here, all right? So, just for a quick kind of opening to the story, we get a couple like cameos from our characters in Icebreaker.
How did Stassi manage to be annoying in the 3 pages that she's in? Like, he's trying to get fucked. He's trying to get his dick wet. And she's like, Muffin. I would have smacked her. If I were Aurora, I would have smacked her.
Yep.
Like, fuck you, dude.
Yep.
I'm trying to... and Russ... Oh my god. He's, God bless his heart, not turning to her and saying, I'm trying to get my dick sucked, dude.
Shut up, Stassi.
Are you gonna touch my balls? Are you gonna fondle my balls?
If you're not, shut up. Yeah, no, I felt the same. I was like, how did you manage to bring your annoying ass all the way here? I'm gonna ask you kindly to step down.
Yeah.
Where we open in the book, all the hockey team, I mean, granted, obviously the last book ended with like an epilogue. We're now like obviously moving back in time to the college days because we're obviously not going to pick up the book.
Yeah, it was a little confusing.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was going to go. I guess she maybe didn't think that she was going to have a series coming out of it.
Oh, she definitely
The first
knew.
one?
No, she knew.
Okay.
That's why there's 700 characters in the first one.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, we're back in time, back in the college days. And the entire hockey team, it's the end of the year, end of the Icebreaker school year, and the hockey team's having like a celebratory, like, goodbye to the seniors, end of the season party. Now we move, again, book is also dual perspective, as was Icebreaker. And we move to Aurora's POV. She's at another party with the basketball team, and we find out that she was fucking the same guy on the basketball team that Stassi was fucking.
I thought that was so strange.
Ryan?
I was like,
why are they both fucking Travis from Hannah Montana movie?
Well, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
First of all, who wouldn't? But second of all, I think it's mainly to be, like, very sex positive, and that, like, both of them fucked him, and neither of them are, like, dating him and, like, attached to him. And I think it's to kind of, like, normalize those kinds of relationships. Fair. And I guess it's easier to do it with a character that we already know than it is to, like, create a whole new one. Because we know him, we trust him. Because she's not going to harp too much on that relationship.
Yeah.
So it's easier to be like, you don't need to know who this is.
Yeah.
Like, you know
what I mean?
To
care about him that much.
Yeah. Like,
okay, that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, that would be my best guess. But I did think it was a little strange. I was like, I really, yeah. I thought it was strange. I was like, they both fucked him? God, he's running through. Just like, did not have the same sex positive effect on me that it was supposed to.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, she's fucking that guy, but she kind of makes a quick commentary about, like, he's leaving to be, like, put into the
NBA.
Thank you. I was searching my brain for what the fuck that acronym was for the NBA, and she's like, well, we had, like, a sexual relationship, not that deep. He's leaving, goodbye.
I wonder how good that dick is.
Must be astronomical. Has to be.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Now we also meet her best friend Amelia, like we just mentioned. And Amelia's like, hey, come to the hockey party. My friend JJ is having a party with all of his hockey bros. Like, pull up to the house. She's like, okay, coming. We see her go to the hockey house. She's looking for a glass of water, and we get, like, a little meet cute between her and Russ. She's, like, rummaging through the cabinets looking for a cup, and he's like, oh, bitch, like, are you stealing? What the fuck are you doing? And she's like, I guess I am stealing. I don't know. And it was, like, a cute scene of them just kind of, like, having a quick banter or whatever. We also find out that Russ was getting, like, a whole little pep talk from JJ, like, seconds before this interaction, which I thought was kind of cute.
And I actually loved, like, a quote that he said is, like, the only person who doesn't know you're not confident is you.
Yeah.
I actually love that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, because you would have had me fooled.
Yeah.
For sure. Because the way he was talking, I was like, he would have had me doing this.
Well, I mean, he's blonde and 6'4". That's another thing, is that he's blonde and 6'4". I don't think he needs to be confident. Like, I think he just needs to say...
Are you stealing?
No, I think he just needs to say, I'm blonde and 6'4". Who wants to fuck me? And I'm running on all fours.
That's crazy.
But moving on from that, so
Yeah.
after she is, like, rummaging through the cabinets looking for a cup, they play, I don't know how to describe it, like drunk Jenga, like dirty Jenga.
Yeah.
And they basically just pull the block, and whatever's on the block, they do the dare.
Yeah.
And so she has to give him a lap dance. And Lola's like, I put that on there. I was like, you want to see your friends fuck in public, don't you? You fucking weirdo.
Hello?
Like,
if we, first of all, I think when we went to our cabin trip,
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, was that on there?
One of our friends made a dirty Jenga, and, like, they really wanted to play. We didn't end up playing. But and they put dares on things. It definitely wasn't on there, because, like, they wouldn't have done that. But I was like, I could never imagine in our group one of us pulling that out and being like, hey, sit down. Like,
get your dick out.
Yeah, well, I would have been like, I'm good. I don't want to see you guys do that.
I don't want to.
Take that elsewhere.
I don't want to see that.
No.
But you know what? While I was reading this, though, it did kind of make me want to play, like, a college game.
Yeah. It was really fun. And
do you want to play one right now? Let's play Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
Okay, we have to drink some of our water if we've done it before.
Okay.
Never have I ever had to ask a man to brush his teeth. I've been playing that bit all week.
Oh my god. Oh, but I will say also, because I had the hard copy, she had a little playlist at the front. I don't know if she had that for Icebreaker.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I didn't have the hard copy of that, but for this one, she had a little playlist at the front of the book, which I found on Spotify because, of course, someone made the playlist.
I love the internet.
I know, right? I looked up Icebreaker and it popped up immediately. And she mentions that the song that she puts on for this lap dance is Sweat by Zayn. My head almost blew off my body. I put the song on, and I was like, yeah, I could see why they went upstairs and fucked after this.
The book cracks in half in your hands.
Exploded. I was like, fuck.
Become the Hulk on the metro at 6:55 a.m.
Literally.
The person next to you just...
but I love that.
This scene, whoo! Yeah, it was hot. Yeah, it was super hot. She was eating and devouring. Because the way he's talking to her, he's literally talking to her, he's like, you are so hot, I'm never going to recover from this.
Yeah.
That is so hot and sexy.
Yeah.
I love this game.
That's so
fun. Yeah, if I were him, I would have been like, get your dick out right now. If I were her, I would have been like, get your dick out.
Yeah, get your dick out right now. And the thing is, like, once again, it's when you're hearing it from her POV, from her chapters, it seems like he's just, like, you know, really confident, super sexy, which he is. But then we go to, like, his chapters, and he's like, I feel so anxious, like, I feel really nervous. But I'm like, literally the only person who doesn't know that you're not confident is you.
Also...
And he's killing it.
You're a blonde and 6'4" girl, and you're gonna be fine. Like, let's pack it up. But they do end up going upstairs together. They have their first sex scene, which I've seen a lot of people are like, she shouldn't have put it there. And I don't know how I feel. Yeah, she shouldn't have put it there because it's so early. But I was like, I don't know. I was pretty horny.
You know what? I did wonder the same at the end of the book after I stopped reading. I was like, should it have had more build-up? But I kind of liked that it had a different setup than, like, a regular romance. Because I feel like, I mean, most every romance is going to have, like, we meet, setup, like, there's build-up for a long time, then it gets into, you know, so it's like, I like that they had, like, the one-night stand. Plus, we have those sex positive, like, one-night stands are normal and fine. And then rebuilding the tension after that. You know, plus, I think it added to building the tension because they had already slept together, so they were like, God, I want to fuck so bad again.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely built the tension.
In a great way. Yeah, the chapter had me screaming into my pillow.
Yeah, no, just, like, had to put the book down, just...
stare into space.
Go for a walk. Make sure you really breathe in that air.
I finished my bottle of wine.
Within 50 pages of the book.
Yeah. Slugged down a bottle of wine, got in the shower, stared into the void.
I don't even need a shower.
Yeah.
Water's just hitting me in the face. It's going in my mouth. I'm, like, drowning in the shower,
I'm just
but I can't move.
Yeah, it was a lot for me to take in. And that's when I knew that this was going to be a hard read for me. In the best way. Now, after they have their moment, Russ gets up and goes to the bathroom and, like, disappears for a little bit. And she's like, oh... I guess he wants me to get the fuck out. So she gets up and she's like, what the fuck? He folded my clothes.
Oh.
Cutie. Yeah. But she puts her clothes on. She's like, well, clearly he's not coming out of the bathroom. I think I can hear him talking to someone in there. Like, I guess that's my cue to leave.
Okay. Trying to connect. Ask the city boys.
Okay. So she gets up and she leaves. and heads home. She's like, okay, I guess that was just one night stand, not, like, it's just something, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, probably will never see him again. We also find out through, like, the first couple chapters while all this is happening that they are both going to be going to summer camp to be camp counselors this summer. So
they don't know that.
But they don't know that, yeah. So we know that they're going to see each other again. They don't know. They're going to a camp called Honey Acres, and this is Russ's first time at this camp. Aurora has been there before. She was a camper when she was a kid growing up. Now I also want to take some time to, like, set up the emotional background of both of these characters. So, on both sides, they both have pretty strained relationships with their family, mother, father, and their sibling. Mostly their fathers, though. Russ's dad, we kind of find out slowly throughout the book, but at the beginning we know that he has a gambling addiction and that he is just really unkind to Russ, has not been very present in his life, and there's just a lot of, like, trauma there from his childhood. On Aurora's side, her family, also, like, Russ's family is not very, like, well off, because their dad, like, gambled all their money away. And he, like, really needs this job, because, I mean, in the last book they mentioned that he worked at a bar, and he's like, well, the bar closed down, so I have to get a job this summer, so I really need this job, and that's important, because he keeps being like, I need this job all summer long. Now, Aurora, on her end, like, her family's really, really well off. Her dad is, like, a famous, like, race car? NASCAR.
No, Formula One.
Formula One, thank you. Formula One, like, owner. He owns, like, some kind of something. He's just really well off. But parents are divorced. Dad left. Doesn't care about her, basically. She puts in a lot of effort to get his attention, and he really brushes her off, doesn't check on her, doesn't care about her. And she has a lot of trauma from that. So, those are big, like, topics that kind of surround both of their, like, emotional journeys and the way they connect with one another. But I just wanted to mention that before we, like, get into everything else, because, I mean, I don't know if we really need to, like, touch on it too much, but
we're gonna touch
important
on it throughout the book.
Yeah.
So it's good to set it up throughout the episode, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to take it from here, maybe?
So, they get to camp. The next day, they get to camp. We meet Xander, a.k.a. Wen from LOL, a.k.a. Drew Starkey. And they kind of, like, move into their cabins. They're getting the rundown. It's training week, so there's no kids there yet. That's important, I feel like.
Yeah.
We meet the damn dogs. So the owner of the camp, or the manager of the camp, or whatever, has a golden retriever who just had puppies. And these puppies, Russ uses them as a way to, like, get out of having emotional conversations, I feel like, throughout the book.
Yeah.
Like, somebody will be like, hey, Aurora's looking for you, and he's like, gotta go pet the dogs.
Yeah.
Like, okay, girl, I could have done without the... And I swear, I'm not gonna be mean this episode, I really could have done without the dogs. Literally, the dogs were enough for me to take a star away.
Really?
Yes, because I was like, I don't get it. And also, you need to spay and neuter your dogs. Hate to take a stand.
Yeah.
But,
hate to take a stand. Hate to pick a position, but...
Hate to pick a position, because right now I just want this podcast to take off, and I want to have a Jeep. But I have to take a stand on this. Spay and neuter your dogs. I didn't like it. The world does not need more puppies.
Yeah.
I know you think that they do, but we don't.
Yeah. I mean...
There's enough puppies on Earth.
I was like, oh, cute. But then I was like, at first. Then I was like, okay, enough.
They kept bringing the puppies up.
Enough.
And they all have, like, names, like, the mom puppy, the mom dog is named Fish, and then all of the puppies are, like, trout,
salmon,
tuna, salmon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I know.
When I get you.
Ricky, when I catch you.
But while they're doing their training, they obviously meet. Wouldn't it be crazy if they just never meet?
Right, they're, like, at camp the whole summer, and they never run into each other until, like, the last day, and they're like, oh, fuck, we've been here the whole time.
They're like, we can fuck now.
Thank God, yeah. Yeah, they basically, the camp is set up, like, there's different age groups. there's different age groups, and they decide to, or they both pick the same age group of kids to counsel. So they end up in the same group, and it's a small group. It's like 3 guys, 3 girls. So they can't avoid each other. They also, Russ finds out that there is like a very, very strict no fraternization policy at camp. Like no
he takes that shit
exceptions.
seriously.
And he takes that shit
so seriously.
serious.
But Aurora, because she's rich and like doesn't understand the importance of having a job, is literally like,
who cares?
On his ballsack constantly. Up his ass constantly because she wants to fuck him so bad. And I can't even, like, that's not even, like, me being shady, not even me criticizing the book, because I'd be up his balls, too.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't understand why you can't just break the rules.
I'd be like, I don't give a fuck that you're poor. I need to fuck right now.
But yeah, I mean, granted, at the very start, they kind of avoid each other. He avoids her because he's like,
He avoids her bad. Like, actually, this would have been, I would have jumped off a building.
Yeah, I would have been like,
if I was having sex with a man and then he waited in the back, because from her perspective, waited in the bathroom for me to leave and now won't even make eye contact with me. Yeah. So you think that I'm fat, disgusting,
ugly, smell bad,
look like a troll, smell like something that just called out of a sewer.
Yeah.
I'm akin to Remy the Ratatouille.
Wait, not too much on him.
Like, you want me to die.
Yeah.
You have a hit out for me. Like, you
got a sniper on my ass.
You want me to fucking die tomorrow.
Yeah. I would have been extraordinarily...
I would have been so mad. I would have drunk tested him after having 7 vodka Diet Cokes, and it would have been really bad for him.
She kind of does the equivalent. One of the nights, like, before the campers show up, is, like, their celebratory night where they all get drinks or have, like, beers on the lake, and she runs into him, and she's like, oh...
And normally, I don't like that, because I feel like a lot of romance novels have, like, they don't want the couple to actually have a fight.
Yeah.
So they have to force something.
Yeah.
Allie Hazelwood springs to mind. When you, like, so the girl has to think for some reason the guy hates her.
Yeah.
But I was like, in this moment,
I would, yeah.
And what after that?
Yeah.
And what after that? Now hit him.
Like, yeah. So he's avoiding her so bad. But
bad.
On his side, he's like, well, I just thought that she doesn't want to see me because she left. Because he goes, well, that night I went to the bathroom to call JJ because I needed advice on how to ask her out.
Girl, no, I'm on her side 100%.
No.
He fucked up bad.
It's adorable that he felt like he needed to call his friend for some, like, backup and encouragement, but that was not the moment to do it.
I mean, you also have to realize I've been in the bathroom for a hot minute now.
Yeah.
She's
like,
gonna notice I'm gone.
Right, you have to remember, like, you have to know that you can't take a phone call in this moment and expect to come out of the bathroom and find her there.
Yeah.
So, like...
And then you can't... Well, I guess... I don't know, ignoring her is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel
He's like, I'm ignoring her because she
left.
Yeah, she left. She clearly doesn't want me around.
Ugh, but I appreciated that so much too. Yeah, because he emphasizes throughout this whole...
Yeah.
It's like a handful of chapters where they're just, like, not really talking. And throughout all these chapters, he's like, I do not want to make her uncomfortable. She doesn't want to be around me, so I'm not going to be around her.
Yeah.
Like, that's simply the answer. And I love that. I love that she put this in here, because I do think we're too old for this book. So I think this book is for, like, young high school age kids.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, so... I love that she put that in there. She did a lot. She did stuff like that in Icebreaker too.
Yeah.
That I'm just like, yeah, we need to be putting this in there and not whatever the fuck Twisted Hate was when Josh was beating her verbally assaulting her. Yeah, no, we need this. This is what the girls should be reading.
No,
they should not be reading after.
No, I actually can't even dive into that right now. I'm feeling in a good mood today. I don't want to get angry. I also want to say, like, side note, I saw on TikTok, like, a couple days ago, this girl who's like an elementary school teacher said she confiscated this book from a 4th grader. This book. Parents out there. Please do not
crack them things open.
Yeah.
Take a quick peek.
I know the cover looks cute and fun, but this is not for kids.
Well, like, I don't know, like, a lot of romance novels look like that.
I know.
Now.
Like, so I also, they kind of made my eye twitch, you know? Like, we need to know that this is not a book for, like, don't let your 4th grade.
Yeah, 4th grade is crazy.
Ooh, that, like, actually sent a shiver down my spine.
That's gonna break her brain.
Yeah.
Literally. That's going to break her brain.
Like, while this book is obviously
the way
not...
that after broke mine.
Yeah, while these books are not... And we read those in high school. Like, that was different. Like, while these books
I read
are
that
not...
in middle school.
Yeah.
It broke my brain.
Yeah. I mean, these books obviously aren't, like, the caliber of, like, you know, Twisted, whatever, where it's like, oh my god, this is, like, really intense. It's still very graphic.
Yeah.
Sexual content.
Yes.
Like, whoa. Anyway, moving on. That just was something that broke my brain a little bit. But then they finally have a conversation where he tells her, like, oh, like, I wasn't actually trying to, like, tell you to get the fuck out. I was actually trying to ask my friend advice and for, like, confidence on how to, you know, ask you out. And she's like, oh, okay. And so then they kind of are like, well, you know, clearly we both kind of like each other, but, like, we can just be friends. Like, we don't have to, you know, make it weird. And also, obviously, we can't do anything for our camp. We can't be into each other like that. So, you know, let's just, like, have a good relationship moving forward, working with the kids. Let's have a good summer. Okay?
Yeah. I also want to quickly touch on something that is sort of important. There's also this other counselor there named Clay.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a fuck ass, and he's flirting with Aurora, touching her at inappropriate times.
Yeah.
Not like groping her, but
Yeah.
like the thing that men do when they're in the biggest space they can possibly be in, and they're still touching your lower back to scooch by you, you know, like it's literally the fucking we're at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, and they're still touching my lower
like,
back.
excuse me.
Yeah, like he's doing shit like that and like flirting with her, and she's like, ew. She's like.
Ugh. Granted, she also, like, while Russ is here to, like, you know, kind of stay away, unplug for the summer, get away from his family, she's here to, like, rediscover herself, and she makes that very clear. She's like, I came to camp this summer so that I could, like, get back in touch with, like, all the happiness I felt here as a child, kind of, like, get back in touch with, like, who I am, you know, discover myself a little bit. So she's like, I'm not really looking to, like, you know.
Yeah, like, I don't want to get involved with someone else. How is that going to help me grow as a person?
Yeah. Certainly not Clay, because she also makes a comment where she's like, usually on like at another time I would have been so into this and I would have jumped at the chance. I'm like, I would have jumped at the chance, but no. And also he's like icky, so no. But yeah, good to bring that up, period. Also, I think that she was probably wearing White Fox the whole summer.
She totally was. Drinking poppies. And Celsiuses.
And a lot of Nerds gummy clusters. Actually, she's never even seen a Nerds gummy cluster.
Oh no, she's never seen a no.
Now, oh yeah, so they throughout these these couple scenes, they kind of like start to flirt a little bit, and they're both kind of like, oh, is she flirting with me? Like, what's going on? But Russ is very, very nervous about breaking the rules, like I said, and he's like, I really need this job, so I really have to, like, keep it in line. Like, there can't be any shit going on. Now, I'm gonna, like, move through the next couple things a little bit quickly, just because, you know, there's a lot of, like, just random stuff, activities at the camp.
Again, like, I think it was, we're not gonna harp on it, but I do think, I think
I
having that sex scene and then having all of this tension and build-up, it was, like,
it was so good.
Had me on the edge of my pussy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go through all of it, like, every single scene now, only because, like, it's gonna take forever. But just know, it was good. Like,
had me on the edge of my puss.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was gripping onto, like, my bed sheets. Like,
I had to get on the floor of the metro. Like, I had to fucking lay down.
Really, really good, like, build up.
A stranger had to, like, haul me off the metro.
Yeah. Also, like, I just love the scene of this, like, having it at a camp and, like, having it be outdoorsy. Like, it felt so, like, cute and fun and flirty. Randomly one morning, Russ's phone gets service, and he's getting, like, 1 million calls from his older brother, Ethan. Ethan's like, you gotta go home. Dad's in the hospital. And he's like, well, no, I'm at camp. I can't just leave. And he's like, you have to. Mom's by herself. You gotta go.
And you know what? First of all, this character specifically was an asshole, but any person named Ethan, I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
It's hard to come by a good Ethan, I got to say. I've come by one good Ethan.
Okay.
That's a king right there.
I just farted. That alcohol, I'm really paying for it.
Yeah.
In fart currency.
That's a king right there, but yeah, the rest, like, I've never come by a good Ethan otherwise.
Yeah, I don't like that name.
No. So then he's like, fuck, I gotta go home. I don't want to, but I will. He leaves, he goes up to his, like, camp organizer lady, Jenna, and he's like, I have to leave. Here's the situation. Please do not tell anyone about this. I don't want anyone to know. Like, I just don't want the questions. I'm gonna go. I'll be back in, like, 2 days, a day or two. Mm-hmm. He leaves. He goes back to Maple Hills, goes straight to the hospital. He has a really, like, intense conversation with his mom about, like, why he has such issues with his dad. And they're really get into, like, you know, the issue there. He confronts his dad for the first time ever, he says, and tells him, like, I hate you, you are a horrible father, you've been horrible to my mother, you're basically, like, a not shit bitch, get your life in order, and then gets up and leaves. I feel like it was so early in the book for him to, like, have this moment, but also, like, I feel like it was good
they were
because
talking,
it set him up.
Yeah, I actually, I didn't hate it, and B, I mean, like, we've been talking about his issues with his dad since, like, literally chapter 1.
Yeah.
So, I didn't hate it. I thought it was, I also think it's a good representation of, never mind.
I mean, I think I was just surprised that it came so quickly, but I liked it because it also made it make sense that, like, he would start to open up to Aurora more, because I feel like some of that stuff with his dad was starting to feel more, like, settled, and, like, he had a better time, like, being vulnerable after that happened.
Yeah.
When he gets back from the hospital 2 days later, Aurora runs up to him and she's like, oh my god, where were you?
She was a little unreasonable in this moment, I feel.
She's being a little bit of a main character.
Yeah, she was like, you didn't tell me you were leaving and I thought you just left. Like, girl, like, be realistic. Let's say that his mom died and he didn't think, he's not thinking of you before he actually, no. I don't even have to make up a scenario. His dad is in the hospital.
Yeah.
He's not thinking of you.
Yeah.
You guys aren't together.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of barely even friends.
Yeah.
Like, why would I think of you in that moment? And also, like, my dad is in the hospital and now you're being a bitch!
You're making it about you. Obviously, she doesn't know the situation, but, like, you know it's clearly something drastic enough for me to leave camp. So...
And I also would say it's pretty drastic if Jenna won't even tell me vaguely what's going on.
Yeah, because she hounds Jenna to tell her, and Jenna's like, I'm not telling you what happened, it's personal. So, like, clearly, something, like...
Yeah, like, if it were something like, oh, he's sick, he went home.
Yeah.
Like, she would have told her that.
Yeah. Also, I think she would have told her if
he was leaving and not coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, girl, I need you to relax.
Yeah, she was being a little unfair here. I didn't love that.
Didn't love it. But obviously, I can understand her worry, but I don't understand her being like, why didn't you tell me? Because, girl, like, relax. And then they go on a hike. She's on her way to a hike when he gets back from his trip. And he's like, can I come with? And she's like, yeah. So they get their stuff, they go on a hike. She has this spot that she knows from being at camp previously. And they go up there. There's, like, a beautiful opening that has, like, this little lake kind of thing that they get, and they swim. And that's when they start to open up to each other a little bit more about, like, their family situations, their dads. And they get out of the water, and they are just still talking. They start this thing that kind of recurs through the rest of the book where they'll be like, tell me a secret.
Don't like it.
And I thought it was cute. And they would, like, when they say that, they kind of tell each other something that is, like, very honest, I guess. And I thought this whole scene was really cute. Like, I really liked the setting of it. I love the little lake moment.
I did like the hike. I thought the hike was cute.
And he falls asleep on her tummy, and, like, they just take a little nap together. And I was like, this is so intimate, but, like, not sexual, and I think it's really cute.
Yeah, I was so horny. I was like, are you kidding me? When they didn't fuck, I was like, guys, you gotta throw me a bone. Like, you have to. I can't. I don't know.
You've been sitting in complete silence for so long. It's like, what's going on?
I'm trying to find it, but I have no idea where we are. I'm just gonna let you, and just hope we don't forget anything that I wanted to mention.
Yeah, more stuff happens where they're at camp and they're doing camp counselor stuff. But they take another hike. They have another moment where they talk about their families. It's like another cute moment, very identical to the first one they had, but
yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I think we could have done with one hike.
Yeah.
I still didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I was still enjoying myself.
Yeah, I still liked the content of it. Like, the conversation they had was good. I was like, I don't know if we need to do the same identical thing again, but I guess it was to make that a special spot for them. Because they don't go back there again, so I don't know. But we also like that day, they're like, they kind of mentioned that there's going to be a thunderstorm that night, while they're at the hike. Now we get to the day of the thunderstorm. This is when things ramp up. Okay.
Everyone take a big gulp of their water.
Because I'm
the
thirsty.
fans on.
Yeah.
Turn the fan on. I need to dry off.
That day we find out also that Rory mentions she has like a big fear of thunderstorms. She's very afraid of them. She doesn't like, it's too loud. She doesn't like them. Okay. She also gets a call from her mother, and where we kind of get a peek into how strained their relationship is. And they just kind of have like a very strained, awkward conversation, and she doesn't like really spending or talking to her mother, so we just kind of get to see more into her family life. Now that night, they're getting all the campers ready for bed. She stays there while she's getting them kind of tucked into bed. Xander and Amelia are doing like night duty of like sleeping in the cabin with the children, because they all have to take turns, like rotate sleeping with the kids in the cabin. So they're just helping them get ready for bed. And
Seems like they kind of want these camp counselors to fuck, because that means Aurora is in her cabin alone.
And so is Russ.
And so is Russ, yeah. Like, I'm definitely going over to Russ's cabin and fucking him.
Surely.
Like, with consent, of course, but I really hope he would consent.
And, well, she's like, they're getting them ready for bed, and she's like, I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit. I'm a little bit scared. Like, it's cool to hang out here.
Like thunderstorms.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I'll hang out with you too. Like, here with you too, of course. Fast forward a little bit, she's back in her cabin. The thunder is coming down. She's afraid. She's like, what should I do? Should I, like, go, like, leave this cabin and go find someone to be around? I'm scared. One of the owners of the camp comes by and gives her a fucking flashlight, and she's like, oh, damn, is the power gonna go out? Oh, Lord and Christ. So she's like, you know what? Fuck it. Throwing my hands up, I'm going to find Russ. She, like, zips up her hoodie. She's running out in the rain. She runs down to his cabin. She's knocking on the door. He doesn't answer the door. She's like, God damn it, he doesn't want me to come inside. Okay, I get it. She's like, I get it.
God damn it.
Fuck. I took a chance and I failed. I swung and I missed. Fine. So she's like, I'm gonna go back to my cabin.
God damn it.
She's running back. Guess who's on the
Shut
path?
up.
Guess who was on the path?
I don't want to guess.
It's Russ.
I'm gonna vomit.
And she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I went to your cabin because I knew you were scared. I wanted to make sure you were okay. I could have put my head through a wall. So obviously.
Let's film a tiki-taki. Oh wait, the camera's on.
Yeah, I turned it on. Hold on, Mary. Do the tiki-talkies after. Okay. She leaves, and she's walking back on the path, back to her cabin. Guess who's on the path?
This can't be.
It's Russ on the path, okay? Russ is on the path. She's like, what are you doing? He's like, I went to your cabin to check on you, because I know you were scared. I need a straitjacket. I need a straitjacket. I literally I need to be put in a padded room. I felt so unwell throughout this whole thing.
The fact that he cared about her enough to go look for her.
In the rain. Oh. And then, obviously, he kisses her in the rain. The romance.
I need a blind man.
I was like gripping my hand. I can't believe this.
Everybody on the metro is just like standing in the corner just.
They called the mental hospital and they were like, come get this girl, she's on the train, she's not okay.
And then you explain it to the people coming to pick you up and they're like,
oh, she's fine. Yeah. Just let her do what she needs to do. We have to let this run its course.
You got this, queen.
You're gonna persevere. So then they obviously have their second sex scene of the book, their first sex scene post one night stand, and it's
good. Oh.
It's it put me into a depression, I will say that. Like, I had to close, I think I read it like 4 times. I read it and then went back again.
Okay, and I will say, Hannah Grace can write a sex scene. The best one, I think, of both books is the lap dance into the fucking.
Yeah.
That is the best one.
Agree.
But
this It's a close second. Oh,
Yeah.
phenomenal writing.
Hannah
Well
Grace hit
done.
my line.
You deserve a Nobel Prize.
I think she has a husband, so I don't think she's gonna hit my line. But
You
Hannah
deserve
Grace, hit my line, please.
You deserve a Grammy and an Oscar.
A
Seriously.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, seriously.
This book could solve this.
The world's issues.
Yes, everyone just needs to crack it open.
Yeah. Like, it'll do so many things. Like, granted, it didn't really give me peace. It gave me a lot of turmoil.
This book could start a war.
And
It's just gonna piss me off.
It was just really, 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 really good. I can only sing its praises. Like, the scene was fabulous.
And I love that in both books, she spends so much time telling us he had a massive fucking dong.
Yeah.
He had a shocking dong. I was
My jaw hit the floor.
flabbergasted by how big his dong was.
Yeah, I was shocked, amazed, just completely gooped. Yeah. Always. She's full description of
She's
this
like,
book.
it literally reminded me of when I go to Subway and I get a foot long.
Like, yeah, and I love that. Because why shouldn't I make his dong enormous?
It's not realistic.
Yeah. Now, they get caught the next morning by Xander. He walks in on them in the morning, while she's in bed giving him a BJ. And he's like, oh. Okay.
He's like, I'm literally about to shit my pants. Y'all gotta pack it up.
Yeah. He's like, you really gotta make this quick.
He's like, I have poop anxiety. There's nowhere else in this whole
yeah.
camp I can poop.
Yeah, you gotta move it out. For real. Now, obviously, after this, they start sneaking around as much as possible, still keeping in mind the rules of no fraternization, because Russ is very concerned about losing his job, and he's like, I want to keep this job. Obviously, now I really cannot keep my hands off you, so, we're just gonna have to make it work.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this job for real.
Yeah.
Immediately. No, just kidding. He's not like that.
But he's like, I'm really gonna take the risk.
Yeah.
He's like, you are worth the risk.
Yeah. So hot.
Oh my god. I actually have my straitjacket is actually coming in the mail this week.
I need you to help me zip me in.
I need you to zip me in. Don't worry, I'm gonna help you pad up your room, so we're good.
I don't want to be patted. I want to be chained.
I'll chain you to your wall. I'll let Teen Wolf. Now, moving further into the book, there is that one scene with Clay here, if you wanted to talk about it, where Clay...
He invites her to fucking Cabo. Why are you working if you can afford to go to Cabo?
Like, what the fuck?
Do not piss me off.
I know.
Stop cosplaying being poor. I'm a receptionist. Let me tell you, it sucks. It is not fun, okay?
Yeah, they go to, like, get some supplies from a closet, and he's like, you want to come with me to Cabo? Like, whatever. And she's like, nah, I'm good. And then he, like,
tries to kiss her,
and she's like,
what is wrong with you?
What the fuck is you doing? Yeah, what the fuck?
I will say, I wish that I had as many bitches as these girls seem to be getting.
These girls be getting bitches.
Hella bitches. I mean, if I had a microscopic...
the donk.
I farted loudly that time.
I didn't hear it.
I farted. If I had a microscopic waist and a donk the size of a Cadillac, I guess I too would pull hella bitches.
Yeah.
Instead, I just have a donk the size of a Cadillac and a mountain-sized waist.
A mountain-sized waist.
Not ant-sized, assuredly. Also, we have a special guest.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention our special guest.
This is Kira. She's really cute.
Yeah.
Her hair's a little messed up.
That's okay.
I need her here because otherwise I am
Emotional
going to
support.
jump off a building.
Yeah.
Because I've been alone for so long, and now that it's summer, my thighs are scabbing from how bad they're
It's really hard to wear shorts. I sat on this chair for approximately 3 seconds, got up, and there was a sweat stain.
Yeah, like, you don't want to smell my inner thighs. You don't want to see my inner thighs. Like, I'm kind of scared to have sex with a man again, because he's going to be like, holy shit, what is wrong with your thighs? And I'm going to be like, listen.
I don't know.
I have a mountain-sized...
Do you know a doctor?
I have a mountain-sized waist and a Cadillac-sized badonk. Okay? You don't do
the math.
You don't do those things and have pretty inner thighs. Alright? So fuck you.
Right. Oh gosh. Okay.
What were we talking about?
Oh, so yeah, they've been sneaking around camp. And then we get to Russ's birthday. Russ has a summer birthday right in the middle of camp. Aurora's like, you dumb idiot, why didn't you tell me that your birthday was coming up? And he's like, well,
Men be doing shit like that.
They really do. They really do. And he's like, I didn't want to celebrate my birthday. I didn't want him to know about it. Like, She's like, well, that's crazy because we're going to have a birthday. Now, they both have the same day off. So they go on a little trip to the city that's outside of Honey Acres, which is called Meadow Springs, I want to say.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Right to me.
Yeah. And
I didn't like this because they're in town and they're just like going to all these mom and pop shops, and in a very millennial fashion joke, she goes up to someone and is like, "Me and my husband are looking to start a strip club." Girl, you've got to get a better joke. This is worse than Uber slut.
Yeah. I was like, well, I mean, what the hell?
Stop harassing these poor locals.
Yeah.
They already live in a scary place.
They're living in the middle of nowhere.
There's literally no aloes. There's not that I'm shopping there, but
there's no solid core. What are they gonna do?
Oh my god, I did feel microscopic on the street the other day, because some girl came up to me and was like, "Where's the Pilates place? Do you know?" And I was like,
I must have a
Do I look
microscopic waist.
"Do I look like I do? Because I don't." But do I look like I
must
do?
look like I do. Because obviously she thought that you knew where it was.
I actually kind of love being like skinny and tiny and
Yeah.
microscopic. And also another thing about Aurora, she gives while we're talking about this.
Yeah.
She gives somebody that is sponsored by Bloom that like green powder, but she also has scurvy. Like she's on her Instagram stories. She's on her Instagram stories posting like for Bloom. Here's how I froth my Bloom.
Yeah.
And then she pours it down the sink and then eats a cheese sandwich for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what she gives.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
A cheese
She's never seen a
She has
vegetable.
no idea what broccoli is. She's never even heard that word in her life. And she doesn't have to. She's got a microscopic waist.
Yeah. She doesn't have to worry about those kind of things. No, I did think it was cute that when they went into town, they were like really excited that they could like, you know, hold hands and kiss and like be like publicly affectionate. I thought that was cute. But
Yeah, I don't want to think about that. We have to move on from that.
okay. So they go back to camp, and when it kind of moves on to the next day, which is his actual birthday, and Xander is like, "My boy, we gotta go back to town because I want to go see the town. Like, take me to town." So him and Xander go and kind of have like a boys' day in the town, doing what? I don't know. There's something to do in the town, but
Boys' Day.
Boys' Day, City Boys Up.
City Boys Up! City Boys of Meadow Springs! City Boys Up.
But this is when they have that conversation.
Yes, that we got into an argument about 20 minutes ago. So Russ realizes that because Aurora's dad does something for Formula One, she has like paparazzi around her quite often. Like she's in the press regularly.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking Serena Vanderwoodson, but like I don't know. Like I don't. First of all, I don't believe it. Like I don't believe anyone cares that much about Formula One people's daughters.
Yeah.
Especially when she doesn't even live in the country where the Formula One is.
Yeah, and she doesn't never with her actual father.
Because her dad and her sister live in England. So why would they care about you in Maple Springs, California?
Yeah.
Maple Hills, California.
Yeah.
Like, I find it really hard to believe that anyone
There's
would actually
any
care about
paparazzi
you.
who are following.
And on top of that, so he basically is like, I don't want to be famous. That's why I don't want to be a pro hockey player. Because I don't want people all up in my business because I'm private. Girl, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut up!
Yeah, I was like,
This is such a non-existent thing to be worried about. And also, like, I think she was just trying to get him to be more vulnerable and to emphasize how private he is. Can you think of a single person that would give a fuck about a Formula One owner's daughter's boyfriend?
no one gives a fuck about what's going on with
No
you.
one
I'm
gives a
sorry.
fuck.
Just shock to the system that you're gonna get when you find out that no one gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck, dude.
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a fuck. And
you're gonna let that ruin your relationship with her?
yeah, like, it was really stupid.
Like,
And Xander tells him that. Xander's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
yeah, literally, he says shut. Like,
And
bro.
also, like, I feel like I feel like she and him would probably be the same level of famous because college athletes are really famous.
Yeah.
Like, I have never seen a college basketball game, let alone a women's one, and I know who Caitlin Clark is.
Yep.
Like,
and Paige Beckers. Yeah,
I
that girl.
Okay, well, don't.
She's all over my For You page.
Don't do too much. But that's what I'm saying, is that, like, you can still you still are a college athlete at one of the UCs.
Yeah,
Like,
and they're a very successful hockey team. They just won the championship, did they not?
I don't know.
Yeah, they did. So, like,
Yeah.
people know who you are. You're the goalie.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're also the goalie.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just one of them.
Yeah. You're like the guy who's sitting on the bench who gets called in every so often. You're the goalie.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Like.
And you're also 6'4" and hot.
Yeah.
So, like...
And you're also, your brother's
you are.
famous in a famous band.
I don't think the brother is famous. I think the brother just, like, tours. But to me, it was giving, like... Well, I guess you were pretty famous if you tour.
I guess. I don't know.
But
regardless,
but it wasn't like they were, like, super successful, so, like, people didn't care about him.
Yeah, I think
if anything, it took attention off him.
Yeah, I think more so it was just, like, you already have a family member who's, like, gonna at least might be in the limelight a little bit. Mm-hmm. You're definitely more likely to get your private life exposed through your brother than you are through her.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, it was just it was
random
not necessary.
Issue. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get where she's coming from. She just wanted us to be aware that he's a very private person.
Yeah.
So I get where she's coming from. I just don't know how well executed it was.
Yeah. I'm at least happy it didn't become, like, a whole issue where he, like, brought it to her.
I would have been really mad.
Would have been really irritated if he had, like, broke there had been, like, several chapters worth of issue over this.
Yeah.
Because instead, like, the literal next page, during the same moment,
Xander's like, what
girl,
are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like,
Xander's
being
like,
so stupid.
Girl.
That's why I love Xander and why I want to fuck him so bad.
Book 3, Xander and Annie. Book 3 is Henry, and we're gonna read that too, assuredly.
Of course.
Believe that.
Book 4 is Xander and Annie.
Hannah Grace, I know we said some really mean things about you, but we take them all back now. Please make Book 4 Xander and Annie.
I hold my hands up, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no,
this book is so good.
She boots her wigs.
She has all of my boots.
Yeah,
dude.
she can take my boots for sure.
She has all of them. Now, Xander takes him back to the
I really wish that blonde
camp.
man would text me, you guys. Like, I'm actually, like, getting... Like, I think that might be why I'm farting. I think it could cure my farting issue.
Did he text me back?
Yeah, it would just be one, like, really loud, like, happy fart. But then after that, it would go away.
That's crazy.
Like, it would be like a relief fart.
A relief fart. That's so crazy. Oh, gosh. Where the fuck was I? Oh. Xander takes him back to camp, and when he gets there, all the hockey boys are there. Cameo, I think number 3 at this point. And they're all there to celebrate his birthday. Aurora, like, literally gathered everyone within, like, 24 hours to come celebrate his birthday, including Nate, who's all the way in fucking Canada at this point.
Yeah.
They all pull up, and...
Can you imagine being an adult named Nate?
You would assuredly have to start going by Nathaniel. No? Nate is an adult?
Yeah, Nate.
Mm.
Not sure I like Russ too much either.
It's like the name of a dog.
Oh.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I've met a lot of dogs in my line of work. Never met a Russ, but okay.
It's giving, like, scruffy. Little doggy. Now, Russ is very overwhelmed. He's like, what the hell is going on here? But then he's like, that bitch kind of liked me for real. Like, now she set all this up. Like, I think she likes me.
Yeah, I will say, I promise I will let her talk. I swear, sorry. I swear I will let her talk, but, dude, I don't want to hear that he's insecure. I really don't. Like, I'm sorry, but I have a mountain-sized waist, and do you see these roots? I'm going through a lot right now, and I cannot hear you as a 6'4". She just literally describes him as gigantic.
Gigantic championship goalie hockey player.
I don't want to hear that you're insecure.
Gigantic.
I don't want to. She literally she's like, his ginormo ass. His Jack of the Beanstalk giant ass.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Very fair.
But I think that's a me problem. That's not a criticism, that's a me problem.
Yeah, true.
I need to be a little nicer to him.
He's going through a lot. And that's fine. Now, Aurora gives him a couple gifts, one of which being a coupon that he is like, you can basically request anything from me. And he immediately gives it back to her, and he's like, I want to take you on a date.
I am shocked that the request wasn't, give me some head right now. Because that's what every other man, that is the realistic thing a man would do.
I know, but he's Russ.
And I would have dropped to my knees.
Yeah. I would have been like, the date for sure, the head comes as a side.
He's like, I didn't say anything about head. And she's like, I'm already on my knees.
Yeah. I'm like, wait.
Well, I'm already on my knees, so
yeah,
it's fine.
you might as well pull it out. Right here in front of all your friends.
Clearly like it, dude.
Yeah. I thought that was so cute. That his request was, I want to take you on a date. Do not make me feel like this. Now we get to the date, which is, I think,
I'm not sure I can be in the room when we talk about this.
It's really, honestly, was very hard to stomach. Another one that I read about 15 times. It was a lot and made me, it actually, genuinely, like, I'm not even being funny, made me feel sad. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
It made me feel sad.
Yeah, like, it's not funny that my last boyfriend had to ask him to brush his teeth. It's not funny. It's like, it's not funny anymore. Like, it was funny the first time, but it's not funny anymore.
It's not funny anymore.
Like,
yeah, it's not funny that I set up an entire room full of tea candles with our names and a heart, and his response was to push me on the bed and start fucking me. It's not funny, but yeah.
I would have lit him on fire.
Oh, I pushed him off me immediately, and I was like, there's no fucking way we're fucking right now. Are you insane? You didn't even notice that I did all this?
What did he say?
That was also the day that he showed up to dinner in the Astroworld shirt. It was
The relationship should have ended that day. What did he say when you said, did he apologize?
He just was, I guess, yeah, I don't really honestly remember. I was just so pissed that I pushed him off and then I went to the bathroom and, like, stood in there for a while. Pretty sure I cried. Because I was so pissed. And felt like nothing.
A used hole.
A used hole. I felt like a used hole. Straight up.
I would give anything to feel like a used hole. Please, Tom Blythe in a wig, please. Don't call on him right now. Don't call on him. Next episode is just gonna be me sitting at the table with a candle, and I'm you're like, what are you doing?
You have a sound bowl.
Like, it's not tried and true witchcraft. It's just my version of it. If I believe it'll work, it will.
Painful to
They
read.
watch. He sets up. This is the truck scene, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he sets up like a little. We didn't even describe it. He sets up a little like a little projector, and they watch my favorite movie, Ratatouille. I was gonna wear my Remy ears for this episode.
Oh,
but I
should've.
forgot.
Damn it.
I forgot because I was hungover and farting.
Yeah. It's okay.
Anyway, so
he drives her out to, like, an abandoned building on the middle of this, like, huge acre and sets up the projector there and sets up all these, like, blankets and stuff in the back of a truck. That is, like, a dream date for someone to do that for you.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
and they watch Ratatouille on the projector, and they just, like, talk and watch Ratatouille.
Yeah.
And obviously fuck hard.
Obviously.
Well, I mean, if a man is doing that, he's getting fucked.
Yeah, surely. I mean, she showed up in lingerie. So I was like, you knew what you were here to do, and I love that about you.
Do you want to know something about me? My last boyfriend, he who shall not be named, because I suck at editing out names.
Yeah.
My last boyfriend literally bought me, like, a ton of lingerie, and then we broke up before I could wear it. So that lingerie is sitting in my bedroom, unworn. I have not worn it yet, and I'm
Gift for the next.
But I haven't had a next.
But it's coming.
I'm begging someone. But when I say someone, I mean I want a man who's 6'4", built like a door.
Ginormous.
Yeah, and, like, blonde. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, I have expectations.
Yeah. I will say, when he was like, did you wear this for me? When they were in the middle of the...
Hot.
You were like... I was literally gonna put my head in the oven.
I understand why that lady did it.
I get it. I understand why she did that.
I see her vision.
Yep.
Yeah. Now we're starting to harp a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Now, a couple days later, you know, more camp life stuff is happening, but a couple days later, they all have a day off. Rory's sitting on the sand, kind of like with a book. I also thought this was really cute. I don't think I wrote it here, but they have a little mention of Twisted...
One of the Twisted. The one with Bridget.
Yeah, Twisted Games.
I don't know.
I think it's Twisted Games. She says, I picked up a little book about a girl and her hot bodyguard, a princess and her hot bodyguard, and I was like, What a fun little... That was so cute.
I was like, I love when women support each other.
I know. I thought that was the cutest thing ever.
Hannah Grace, you really redeemed yourself.
No,
I feel
like,
bad about everything I said.
No, I honestly, like, I deserve a hell sentence for what I said about you. I colored
You're eating, devouring, serving boots.
Yeah.
I will be buying... Don't worry, she has made a bag off of us.
Oh, yeah.
We
but
both
I just
have 2
say,
copies of them.
Like, I can fully admit to when I have been egregiously wrong, and I've been egregiously wrong. And, like, incorrect, and I've wronged you, and I take back everything I said. Like, now, okay, getting back to the actual situation that's happening here. She's sitting on the beach with her book. She gets a phone call from her dad, and her dad's like, I'm getting remarried, and I'm expecting you to be there.
And be a bridesmaid.
Yeah. And she's like, what, hello? And also, her dad's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
She's, because asking questions.
This poor thing goes through, like, so many emotions during this, because she's
Yeah.
like, you want me to be at your wedding? You want me to be in your wedding? You want me to be in the party, too? Because, like, that's a huge honor.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, oh, no, the photographers are just gonna think it's weird if you're not there, and I don't really want to deal with a scene on my wedding day. So yeah, you're gonna be in the wedding party.
And she's like, wow. For a second, I thought that you liked me. Was kind of like, it was jarring and, like, kind of like, whoa. Mm-hmm. This is a little bit intense and crazy.
Not nice, obviously.
So mean. And she kept being like, wait, I don't get it. What do you mean this is happening in, like, a week? Because he's like, we're getting married, like, at the end of the summer. And she's like, wait, what do you mean? And he goes, why are you being so stupid today?
Yeah.
Some shit like that. And I was like, whoa. You're a dick. You're so rude.
Like, okay, girl.
Yeah. So she obviously is, like, very emotionally affected by the fact that he called her, dropped this bomb on her that he's getting remarried, and also simultaneously said, I only want you there so that you can be in the photos. So she rushes back to her cabin and starts packing up all her shit, because she's like, I'm leaving. I just gotta get out of here. Why? I'm not really sure.
But I know, I'm saying, like, you did not need this job. Like, it's stop cosplaying as a poor person and just go to Cabo.
Just go to Cabo.
Like, just go. Well, like, literally, if you're literally only there to find yourself, you can do that in Cabo, girl.
Yeah, I guess. She can totally do that in Cabo, but I thought this was... I don't know. Yeah, she could definitely do that in Cabo. I was just more so confused, like, why are you packing up all your shit and leaving in this kind of hurry?
Yeah, if
wouldn't you want to stay there?
In that moment, I would go and empty my man's balls.
I mean, she tries to, because Russ comes out of the woodworks, he follows her back, and he's like, hey, are you okay? What's going on? She's like, I'm leaving. And he's like, well, wherever...
She's like, I need to empty your balls.
Well, she's like, well, yeah. But she's like, I need to leave. I gotta leave here. And he's like, okay, wherever you go, I go.
Aww, and he needs that job.
And he needs that job. I can't do this anymore.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras.
I can't do this. So then, after he says that...
Not fucking funny.
After she says that, she's like, yeah, I gotta empty your balls. They start commencing what needs to happen in order for the balls to be emptied. And then they get walked in on by Jenna, who's, like, again, the camp, like, organizer.
What is it? She loves having them get walked in on.
Yeah.
Like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, okay, girl. Okay, girl. Seems like you're projecting a little bit, Queen.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that about you, Hannah Grace, but I feel like I know something about you.
I feel like I know something I shouldn't know.
I feel like I know something about you. Girl. Not to kink shame.
No.
If I had a man with balls, I would be emptying them, for sure.
All the time. All the time. But I mean, the situation's bad because they're like, they get caught by, you know, someone who's in charge.
Actually, while we're talking about this, I want to talk about her relationship with Jenna. She was giving Stassi in the way that she spoke to this woman. Like, that's your employer, that's your boss, that's your friend, and Aurora's rude to her. Like, a lot. Like, doesn't respect her authority, doesn't respect her as her boss, like, doesn't take her job seriously. Like, she's good to the kids, but, like, she breaks a lot of rules.
Yeah.
Like, and she gets irritated that there are rules at this camp for children, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any examples because I can't find where we are in the book, but did you feel that way as well? Or did you not notice that?
I did notice it. I guess I just kind of was like, this is because they really, like, push the fact that she's, like, this girl is, like, my older sister. She's, like, I'm really close to her.
But she's not, though.
Yeah, true. So.
Consider that. Like, for example, she wears a bikini during training week, and she says, quote, nobody's going to die if they see my stomach for an hour. I know not to wear it when the kids arrive. It's like, okay, girl, I'm your boss.
Yeah.
So cut the cameras. We'll lose the attitude. Like,
you know what? That's so fair, because I do have like a really close relationship with one of my dance teachers that I had growing up, and we have a really close relationship, and we are still very close to one another, I would say. But like, I would never speak to her that way, and I was always very respectful of her authority.
Like, if she was talking to her like that outside of work, then that would kind of be another thing. I wouldn't be like as worried. But like, that's literally your boss. You're working for her right now.
Yeah.
Like, I get that sometimes the rules are stupid, but at the end of the day, that's your boss. And of course, and it's, like, I feel like the reason that it irritates me the most is, like, it's because you're rich, you think you can treat her that way. I didn't love that.
Yeah.
I think you're right, though. I think we were supposed to take it in more, like, a sister relationship-y type way. But it's, like...
But now that you say that, like, reflecting on it, it is kind of a little bit odd, because they aren't actually sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not...
she is in charge of you in, like, a...
and the way that she's being rude isn't just like tee hee hee. It's like, your rules are stupid, and I'm not following them.
Kind of undermining her in a way.
It's like,
and in front of other people too.
Yeah, I'm your boss, and also like, these rules are here to protect the kids, whether you think they're stupid or not.
Yeah, and
it's not
doing
about you.
it in front of other counselors isn't fair, also, because then they're gonna feel like, well, why should I respect the rules when she doesn't have to?
Yeah, didn't love it.
Valid points, Tina. Well, yeah, Jenna is like pissed because she's like, fucking. The biggest rule is don't fuck around with the other counselors when you're doing that. But she's like, y'all get fucking dressed because your parents are here. And they're like, what? What?
Why make her walk in on them then?
I don't know.
Just, like, let them finish.
Can you let me finish? But she's like, Aurora, your mom's here. And Russ, your dad is here. And they're like, okay. And so they both go and talk to their respective parent that is there.
They're both dicks. Actually, her and her mom kind of have a moment.
Yeah.
But his dad is a dick.
Yeah.
Why come there if you're going to be a dick? Don't piss me off.
Yeah. Her and her mom have a good moment where they kind of, like, talk about why her dad is such an ass. Rory's going through a lot on this one day. Going through a lot. But they finally...
Oh, yeah, I forgot the conversation with her dad just happened.
Like, not 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, she's going through a lot, but they have a conversation and kind of get into why her dad is such an ass, which is basically because he thinks that she is not his own, which is now, at this point, obviously, 20 years later down the line, he knows that that's not true, but he just has some kind of, like, disdain for her, which is fucking crazy.
I feel like I hear a lot of men that feel that way when it's like, did y'all take biology in 9th grade like the rest of us? Ever heard of a Punnett square?
Okay.
Ever heard of a Punnett square?
Yeah. Y'all, like, ever do basic biology? I mean, I wasn't good at it, but come on, y'all.
But I also feel like even if you don't understand biology, then, like, wouldn't you just take someone's word for it even more? I feel like...
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but even then she says they get a paternity test.
Well, it's like, I don't know, have you ever seen... We're getting off topic, but have you... have you ever seen a dog give birth? They give birth to, like, 7 different colored things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not literally have you ever seen a dog give birth.
Yeah,
but I've seen a lot of puppies come through the hospital lately.
Yeah.
And they're all different colors. And every time I'm like, yeah, I would not pass biology if I took it now. Every time I see that, I'm like... I don't get it.
No, don't get it. One of my coworkers...
I look at my doctors and I'm like, I don't get it. And they're like...
you don't have to.
You're
not the doctor.
Yeah, they're like, you don't have to.
One of my coworkers, her dog just had, like, a ton of puppies. She brought them to work. Literally,
Shut the fuck
they
up.
all look different.
Mm-hmm.
They all look different. And they're all so cute, but they all look different. So, like, you know, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, well, how come your older sister looks like me, but you look like your mom? You must not be my kid.
Oh.
It's really not that crazy that she looks like her mother when the mother is
her mother. Yeah. And also, you're calling your wife a bitch.
Like, I hate men. God, this was a more realistic man.
Yeah.
In the storyline. And so, anyway, through all this, her and her mom get relatively closer. I think they, like, kind of build a new bond and, like, just being able to share openly like that with one another. And then we kind of move on to the chapter changes and we see Russ talking to his dad. His dad is just like, I'm gonna go to rehab. I'm gonna do better for myself. I'm sorry for all the shit I put you through. And he's kind of like, okay, that's great, but I don't know if I can really trust anything you have to say.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't know why. And Russ is like, I don't really know why you came here to tell me that, because your words mean quite literally nothing to me.
Yeah. You gotta put some like action behind that for a while before I can believe that anything's changed. So,
going back to the Jenna thing. Going back to the Jenna thing.
This is a PLL household.
That's my national anthem. Jenna basically is like, I knew y'all were fucking. You gotta get serious. If you thought that if I didn't know you were emptying that man's balls.
You guys are eye fucking each other all day long.
Yeah, they're even so obvious.
Even the campers are like, you love him.
And kids are like that.
They're pretty obvious.
But regardless, literally, and they say, like, later in the book, Jenna's like, who's off tomorrow? And they're like, they raise their hands, and she's like, God, why do I even bother making the schedule if you two are gonna mess with it, so that way you guys can be together? Like, girl, that's so obvious.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
And then Rory literally invites his entire hockey team down to the camp.
Oh, and they're just friends.
And
You're emptying his balls.
Yeah, you're emptying his balls. So obviously,
I wish that were me.
I know.
I say that with the evil. You should be scared. I have the evil eye for her. Like, I'm so jealous. You know how, like, when you're really,
I have her voodoo doll.
You know when you're like really jealous of someone and they get bad karma because of it?
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that what the evil eye is?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, Jenna's like, obviously you guys are not fired. If I had to fire everyone who's, like, fucking around at the camp, well, then I wouldn't have any fucking counselors.
Well, also, there's, like, 2 weeks left.
Yeah, so she's like, obviously not. And he's like, woo! Thank God.
He was not worried about it. He was not worried about it at all, for surely.
He was worried about
also,
it.
He's like, I know in the back of his mind, he's like, damn, if she's got paparazzi following her, this bitch has money. Yeah. I don't need to worry no more.
Bye. No, he's not like that. He's a king.
Let's see if my blonde man texts me back,
no.
you guys.
Okay.
What is the fucking point?
No.
Okay.
Now the end of this, this last part is kind of like just some wrapping up of the camp life stuff. They have a talent show at the end of the year, and it's brought up earlier in the book, but I don't know if it was really relevant to bring up that much in detail. But the talent show happens.
I'm reading, in the page that I'm on right now is her emptying his balls.
Yeah, so, right after the talent show, she does empty his balls.
But I feel like it was so harped on throughout the whole book. Like, there's multiple scenes of them fighting about the talent show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess I just personally thought I didn't care about it that much.
I didn't care about it at all. No,
yeah.
I did. That was the problem.
Yeah.
That is another thing I took a star off for. Oh, I took half a star off for the dogs and half a star off for the talent show. Because overall, this is a 4 out of 5.
Because I was
you
like...
have got to be out of your fucking mind if you think a 21-year-old man and a 20-year-old girl who are emptying that are emptying each other's balls mutually. If you think they give one singular fuck about a talent show...
Well, she gave a lot of fucks about the talent show. The thing that was the issue for me was the fact that they harped on it so much throughout the book. But then the actual talent show that happened in the book, they didn't go into detail, barely mentioned it. It was super... It was like
because
one page.
It was stupid. Because I guarantee you it was just like in a little pavilion with no stage.
But yeah, that's exactly what it is. They don't even end up doing the talent show together. So it's like, it's just something to bring up. I feel like it's just one of those things where, like, it's just a setting for conversations to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is one of those things where I was like, it was used as a plot device to, like, have conversations, you know, or to set up a scene for a conversation to happen, where it was more, I was like, well, what was actually the payoff? Because the talent show scene at the end is literally one page, and they literally get up in the middle of the talent show to go fuck. Which, actually, that's pretty realistic if you think about it. They're like, fuck the talent show, let's go fuck.
I would do too.
Yeah.
I'm begging someone. I'm begging. She doesn't go anywhere, dude.
Now, the kids leave camp. It's the end of the summer. And they kind of talk about what's next for them. He's going to a housewarming in San Jose for JJ, who now lives in San Jose.
I can't wait for JJ's book. I know that thing's about to be hot.
That thing's about to be
good! That's about to be hot as fuck.
I know.
Prepare to be sick of me!
I'm gonna get a fucking HG tattoo on my arm for Hannah Grace. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, he's going to San Jose for JJ's housewarming. She's going to her dad's wedding. Right after they're both leaving for those things. So also, because the campers are now gone, they can finally be like coupley in front of other people, and everyone is like, y'all.
Wait a minute. It says the next book is fluffy.
Fluffy?
Yeah, like there's a lot of fluff.
A lot of fluff.
That better not be true. That better be a lie.
Okay.
Anyway, so the kids...
Yeah, the kids leave.
Okay.
They, at this point, they're still at camp, and they're like, oh, like, we can be coupley now in front of everyone. And he's like, you know, they're like being coupley, and everyone's like, y'all, it was pretty clear, none of us are really getting shocked, except for Clay, who's like, what? And at the end of the night, he takes her back to her cabin to, like, you know, go to sleep.
Empty bowls.
No, not even empty bowls. He takes her back because she was like, I really need to wash my hair before I leave tomorrow. Can you make sure I take a shower and wash my hair? And so he takes her back to the cabin, and she's like, I just want to go to sleep. And he's like, no, you need to wash your hair. So he helps her get in the shower and washes her hair for her.
I do not like this.
I thought it was so cute.
Yeah, and it's not a criticism. I don't like that. I don't like the idea. I don't know. That's just very intimate, and I don't like that.
I thought it was really, I personally really liked it.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I think that, once again, I think that's just a me problem.
Yeah. But while they're in the shower, they kind of talk about, like, okay, so, like, what are we, like, what's the vibe once we leave camp?
Not in the shower. I would feel like an elephant, for sure.
I'm like, do you want to date me? And I'm seeing myself from an outside perspective, and my hair
I'm like
splashed into my face. I look like Gollum.
I'm getting out of the shower.
It's giving Horton Hears a Who.
I'm getting out of the shower. And I'm gonna go dig a hole. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna jump into the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, I would feel that way, too.
It's giving Horton Hears a Who.
Literally. But they're like, okay, like, she's like, I want you to be my boyfriend. And he's like, well, I want to be your girl. Wait, hold on.
It's fine. We don't.
Yeah, you get the point. You get the point. They're like, we're gonna be together. Adorable. Now,
I mean, of course.
yeah.
You know what I hate? I'm gonna be bitter for a second. I hate when somebody obviously has a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and they're yapping about their boyfriend or girlfriend, and then you ask them, how's your boyfriend? And they're like, well, we're not official yet. It's like, I'm gonna hit you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah. Also, they were kind of acting like they're not going back to the same fucking college. Like,
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, like, obviously, we're gonna continue to empty balls.
Yeah.
There, too.
Right.
And we're gonna do it in front of our friends, apparently.
But, yeah, the next morning, they get up to leave. And she goes to find Russ in his cabin, and she picks up his phone because he has, like, 8 million missed calls.
Oh, yeah, I forgot this happened.
She picks up his phone, and it's Ethan, and basically Ethan's like, he needs to come to the or back home. Like now, because our dad is, like, part of his, like, steps of recovery is to make amends with the family, and he needs to come home. And she's like, oh, shit, because he hadn't told her, like, the depths of what
the situation
was, and all the stuff that the dad had told him when he came to visit the other day, and that he was, like, in recovery and stuff. He hadn't told her, and he made a point to say, like, in his POV, like, I will tell her when I'm ready. I just need some time to, like, process it before I tell her about it, but I'm gonna tell her about it. But he comes out of the shower, sees the phone in her hand, and he's like, bruh. Bruh.
This was horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't know why she would do this.
No.
Like, you have not been dating for that long.
Yeah.
I thought I could just answer your phone.
No.
Like, I don't care if it was even one of, like, if I had a boyfriend that did this and it was one of you guys.
No.
And I had a boyfriend for 3 months. Or, like, no, 6 weeks. And he picks up my phone, and you're calling me to talk about something for this.
My ex and I were together for 4 years, and I never once saw his phone ringing and picked it up.
Yeah.
Never one time.
I don't know why she did that.
Odd.
I don't know why she did that. And, like, it's unfortunate that that's what the call was, but I think it doesn't matter what the call was. It was
Always
I don't know
weird.
why you would do that. Like,
yeah. Even if it was JJ calling to be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Still weird.
Yeah, because now you're also putting, like, let's assume it was JJ. You're putting JJ in kind of a weird position.
Yeah.
Because now JJ's gonna be like, who are you?
Yeah. Like, what's going on?
Like, I didn't realize y'all got so serious.
Yeah. Like, what is happening?
Now,
What?
do I
Yeah.
have to keep talking? Because I
I
don't
want to hang up.
I don't want to talk
I
to you.
didn't call to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very weird. And so he's obviously so justified in being upset.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like, I need you to, like, leave me alone and give me some space. And she's like, no, don't be mad. Like, I didn't mean to. I didn't think. And he's like, okay, but I
don't
need
care
some
that
space.
you didn't think.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't ready to tell you yet. And he's still being very respectful, even though he's really upset, I would say. Like, I think he was very... Like, obviously he was really upset and he was like, just leave me alone, I need some space. But, like, who wouldn't? Russ, he sees his family, and his dad seems pretty genuine about, like, wanting to get better. But,
Seems a little unnecessary.
yeah.
He already came to visit you at camp.
Yeah, now that he's just... I don't know. I don't know. The scene was pretty quick, also. Like, I don't know if it was really
Didn't need it,
necessary.
yeah.
Yeah. Although we do get some, like, really random little, like, side commentary about Ethan, because, like, he gets in his truck to leave, and Ethan walks by, and he... Final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, I know I still wasn't nice to this one, but genuinely, I really liked this one. I think
you were being nice.
I think overall, she has shown, like, a lot of growth from her last book, and I think the characters were a lot more likable in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, 4 out of 5 stars. Like I said, took off points for the talent show and the dogs, because I just couldn't do it. Their sex scenes were fucking hot.
Fucking amazing.
And I really liked the decisions that she made regarding the relationships with the parents.
Yeah.
And I like that there was no eating disorder talk in this one.
Yep.
Yeah, stay away from that.
Please.
You
I'm
let someone
begging.
else take that, girl.
Yeah.
You got this. You got the balls emptying. Someone else has the eating disorder. Conversation. I'm excited. It made me very excited for the next one. As
Yeah.
I mean, we all saw that what happened in my brain.
Yeah, I agree. I really liked the characters. I liked the setting of it being at camp. Thought that was really cute and fun. It was like a good mindless read. Sex scenes were amazing.
Sex scenes were...
Made me feel sad in the best way, where I was
Yeah.
like, I want love
Made
like
me-
this so bad.
I hopped straight on Adam and Eve and was just browsing. Just
Yeah.
need something.
Yeah.
I need something.
Yeah, certainly for... also, I know we didn't talk about him much because it wasn't really something we needed to talk about that much, but I loved Xander. I loved
We
Xander.
know, girl.
I love Xander.
I'm gonna give us a timer. We've got 2 more minutes to talk about the final thoughts.
Okay.
Sometimes we give like 11-minute final thoughts.
I
It's
know.
just too much.
I know, because we get so off topic. And that's why I wrote down all my final thoughts here. And I also, like, with the epilogue, too, I also was like, I don't know if we always need an epilogue. Granted, we just talked about this, but for a second I was like, the epilogue is never, like, we had a nasty breakup so bad that I literally had to, like, get checked into a hospital. You know, sometimes that happens. Where's that ending?
We would know.
I would know, right? But then I was like, okay, I need to suspend my disbelief a little bit. This is my
Did
fun.
you want to read that?
No, exactly. Which is why I was like, calm down. I had to check myself and be like, step back, relax. It's a fun little read. It's obviously gonna have a nice, fun, happy ending. Relax. Also, love the cover. Love the cover.
Yeah, the cover is really cute.
So cute, delicious.
And she has, like, a ton of variations of this cover that she donates. Like, she'll sign the copies, and then they'll go on to auction for charity, which I think is really
that's
cute.
really cool.
And it's, like, they're just so cute.
Yeah, they're really, really cute.
Who is drawing her covers? Because I know you didn't like the last one, but whoever is drawing her covers, damn.
I really like this one.
I want to fuck them.
Oh. I took off a half point because I felt like there wasn't, after they get together, after the thunderstorm, there isn't really any conflicts that happen, like, at all. There is kind of, like, moments where there is, like a small bump in the road, small issue, but it's always internal, and it's always resolved within one page.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't really any conflicts or things after that. It's pretty smooth sailing. But I was kind of, like, I guess in, like, the general setup of a book, it's like, okay, so where's the conflict at the end? But also, I'm like, I don't know if I really needed it. Mm-hmm. I liked that they were just, like, you know, I know I would have gotten pissed if they had had a fight because of the phone call situation. So,
yeah.
I'm like, I took a half point off for it, but I'm like, and I'm not too mad. But that was kind of it.
4.5 for you?
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed this book.
I did too.
I really did. Now, I'm like, maybe I would have enjoyed Icebreaker more if I read it a hard copy and not audiobook. Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, if this was an audiobook, I would have had a hard
worse.
time.
That one is worse on paper, dude.
Really?
Yeah, because she uses a lot of the same words over and over.
Yes.
And she uses, this is a really, really weird, nitpicky critique to have, but she uses, like, I literally highlighted it in an icebreaker once, she used semicolons 5 times on a page. And I was like, okay, we get it. You know how to use a semicolon. Do you need to, though?
Yeah.
And, like, I know it's a really nitpicky critique, but it's just, like, there's just no use for semicolons, and it's giving you want people to know that you know how to use a semicolon. You wrote a book. I would hope you know how to use a semicolon.
Yeah.
But I mean, Anna Todd didn't know how to use a semicolon.
She didn't know how to do a lot of writing.
She didn't know how to write the word yeah.
Yeah, so those are my final thoughts. Yeah, we really, really, really liked it, obviously. So, any other comments you want to make before
I'm horny, and I'll keep you guys posted if that guy texted me back.
Yeah, I know you guys are always sitting with bated breath.
If I come... If we come back next week and it's just Annie, you know what happened.
Yeah, you'll know exactly what happened.
I'm dead.
Yeah. But if you want to see the YouTube version of this episode, actually go watch it. I'm not giving you an option. Head to our YouTube at aliterarytasting. Go follow us on Instagram, on our Spotify, everywhere, on our TikTok.
Please rate us 5 stars.
Please rate us 5 stars.
Please, dude, please.
We
Okay.
we spend a lot of time on this.
We spend so much
because
time.
we really like it and we really want to do it more. So please.
But I can't be a receptionist and do this. I can't.
No, it's difficult. We're suffering. But we're doing it because we love it. So please support your girls. And if you want to give us any recommendations for our next read, we have a link in our bio on Instagram to fill that out. So go there and do that.
I'm ready to be done.
She's ready to be done.